Hey folks, it's Frith Guardians here, how you doing? Welcome back to World of Warcraft. So I've just been taking a little bit of a break, chilling out, reading a couple of books here. It's really good, this inn here. They got quite a stack of books up here. A whole load of bookshelves actually, which is quite awesome because books are a little bit difficult to get in World of Warcraft. If you think back to life in... life in general 200, 300 years ago, books were a little bit more valuable back then than they are right now. And this is kind of what you'd expect books to be like in the World of Warcraft world. At least this is what I assume they're like. You do get stacks of them around, but this particular inn seems to have far more books lying around than most of them. Which I think is absolutely awesome. It's fantastic. It means that we get to reap the benefits and read a few stories. So, I'm feeling recharged. We're going to go back and have a little chat with Detta up over here. And sort of talk about all the different things that we've done. But first of all, I just need to check my post. We have mail from Torvald. He had a spare sea pony. So, we'll take that one. That is absolutely awesome, Torvald. Thank you very much. We will go here, and we will learn the sea pony. I am going to have the sea pony. Well, actually, I don't know. Can I have the sea pony as a summonable pet? Let me have a look. Sea pony. Click here to view in journal. It's an aquatic. Uncommon. It's a battle pony. It's a seahorse. Summon. It does. It does. It floats along in a little bubble right beside us. Yes, this is fantastic. Okay, I need to just remember who was the last one that I used as a name. Hang on a minute. This may take me a minute. Okay, our next pet is going to be called I'm All Ears Are You. So I will go to you right here and rename. We've got I'm All Ears Are You. There we go. I'm All Ears Are You is a sea pony. And he's going to be joining us on our adventures today. At least that's the plan. Oh, yeah, he is. He's joining us. He's following. Ideal. Right, so we've got that one. I do actually have pets that I need to capture in this zone. Oily Slimeling, Borean Mammoth, Nexus Whelpling. And we've got no blue pets in this zone at all. So I will be doing some pet battling and capturing, as well as doing a little bit more fishing. We haven't done fishing for absolutely ages, but there he goes. Look at him in his little bubble following us along. Absolutely fantastic. But no, first of all, what we need to do today is we need to head down here. There's more quests that we need to do over in that area that we will get to, but we're not going to get to them right now. No. No, we're going to come down here. We can speak to all of these. At least for now. The right... Really? Oh, Luke Cray's poacher. At least for now, the rhinos will know peace. Thank you, Grundorn. We get a level 89 Planekeeper blockade. That does actually... That is actually an increase in everything. We've got an upgrade. An actual real-life upgrade.
How may I aid you?
Now let us see how their nerve holds up when they see what became of their companions. We have just gotten word from Leandra that mercenaries hired by Nezingwary are moving goods off the beach and onto the main Nezingwary shipping vessel. No doubt they plan on making a fortune from their murderous trade. She has asked that we send assistance to the abandoned reach directly south of here on the beachfront of the Borean tundra. Make haste. Leandra awaits you there.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. We have our assured Lothorius.
Ishnu Allah.
Ishnu Allah. Ears will do quite nicely. These will hang around my neck. Let them hear our message, and let these ears be the vessels that carry our truths. No. I'm pretty sure this is taken from a film. I'm 99% sure this is taken from a film. Where something similar happened. It's definitely an 18-rated film. It is not a film for children. And, yeah, but there were scenes like this. It didn't end well for the person in the film. It really didn't. So I'm not entirely sure it's going to end well for Archduke Lothorius either. But we do get the Blessing of Debtor. So we get that one right there. Increases armor by 10, all attributes by 10, and all resistances by 10 as well. So it is quite an impressive buff. Although we only get those 2 attributes right there. And it doesn't seem to make that huge of a difference. Right, and then you can you can repeat this anytime you want. 15 years will get you the 30-minute buff, which is quite good. Reputation with Cenarian Expedition increased by 275. I think when you turn the ears in, you also get Cenarian Expedition stuff with it as well. Help those that cannot help themselves. Archduke Lothorius wipes away his tears. They never stood a chance. Now orphaned, they will surely die on their own. Although you have acted valiantly in freeing the trapped calves, many of them will still die. You see, without a caretaker, these calves must fend for themselves in the wild. But there is a way. Hope yet remains. North of here in the Mammoth Fields, bordering the Scalding Pools, you will find Kunok the Behemoth, a mammoth as wise as he is ancient. Take this mammoth orphan and present it to Kunok. He will know what to do.
Good luck, friend.
Hello, little mammoth. There he is. Look. There he is. Look, we have a new pet. He's just a little babby and he's already bigger than me. Look at him. He's such a little cutie pie. Isn't he lovely? Yes, I'm unashamedly taking a screenshot for... pausing it so that I can take a screenshot when I do the editing. I don't take separate screenshots, I just grab them out of when I'm doing the editing so that I'm definitely using in-game footage for every screenshot. Right, unfit for death. You do the Earth Mother's work, Grundorn. We do not revel in his victory for too long. We have discovered the hiding place of the Trapper Leader. Near the southern end of this bluff is where you will find the treacherous leader of the Caribou Trappers. She is a savage like no other, making a mockery out of the carcasses of the slain animals, drinking from their blood and howling to the moons. Find this murderer, Karen, and end her worthless existence. Prepare yourself properly, Grundorn. Karen the Caller has indulged in the riches that Nesingwary has lavished upon her. Okay. Pretty sure how I'm supposed to prepare for this, but we will find a way. Right, we're going to summon up our noble charger so that the orphaned mammoth calf can follow us for this particular one. And we're going to go to there. I'm going to go racing down through here. You do have to watch out for the woolly mammoth bulls. They're a bit of a testy lot, and they do get upset with you. So we'll run down through here. There he is. He's taking his time. Come on. Ooh, Firethorn. I don't remember if Firethorn is worth money or not. I think it is. I think Firethorn is a valuable commodity that we could do with. By the way, the Scalding Pools, if you've got the engineering thing, there is an engineering thing you can have where you can extract stuff from moats and from clouds and that. The engineering pools are a really good place with clouds where you can extract moats and stuff. Absolutely brilliant. And also, the Scalding Pools all the way around here is quite good for cobalt as well. Very often you'll find bits of cobalt turning up there. Right. We present ourselves to Kunok the Behemoth. Big fella, really, isn't he? He's definitely... He is a big fella. You hear a voice in your head. It's Kunok. Your name has been heard in the whistling winds, Grundorn. You have done a great thing for my kin. For this we will consider you an ally. Alas, our torment cannot end without bloodshed and violence. The price of peace for the mammoths will be the death of Kor. You cannot defeat the being responsible for the slaughter of my kind by yourself. The mammoths of the tundra will help you. Venture forth to the plains and find a mammoth bull. He will allow you to mount him and control his movements and actions. Ride upon his back and find Kor, north of here at Kor's roost. Together you will be the instrument of Kor's demise. Destroy Kor's armies and take from Kor his coveted war halberd. Return to Lothorius at the debtor encampment should you succeed. What do you mean, should I succeed? There is no question. There is absolutely no question about should I succeed. Of course I will succeed. I'm Grundorn, the victorious, the amazing Grundorn the mighty. Grundorn the Mammoth Rider! Ha 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 ha! Now we're talking. Although this is not the first time I've ridden a mammoth. I have ridden many a mammoth in my time. It's something that I've become used to lately. I've done it several times. So we've got Mammoth Trample, Mammoth Charge, which we're going to use right now. Mammoth Charge! Oh, wow. That took him down. Moria. Cause war map. Really? Right. Oh, wow. They're all running away. They're running away. Trample. Trample. Ah. Right. I gotta do it like that. Trample as well. Like that. There. And then Core. Moria. Right. I can't charge. I wonder if I can go back this way. And turn. Oh. What? He's already almost down. Wow. Okay. I didn't expect it to be over that quickly. I'm somewhat disappointed that that was over so quickly. Although there is loot here. So, that you know, there's pluses and minuses on this. But I didn't. I expected that to last a lot longer. I was expecting like a full-scale battle. Not a quick nudge in the general direction and then be done and gone. I find I'm disappointed with that. I find I'm a little more than a little disappointed with that. Never mind. Right, it's done now. Core the Mammoth Destroyer. We've got Sunakarka over there, and we've got the Abandoned Reach, and we've got the Core over there. So I'm going to go right past the Debtor encampment. I'm going to ignore it for a minute. We do have the quest there, Elder Atkanok. We've got that. There's a whole quest line to do in there, which we'll go and do. We might actually go over there first, and then we'll come back and do these quest lines over here. I think we will. We'll do it like that. We'll ignore that for a minute. We'll go back and turn that one in a minute as well. Torvald has come online. Let me just say hello to Torvald. Good afternoon. I always say good afternoon. He always says good morning. Mainly because I keep thinking he's Australia. For some reason I keep thinking... Well, the reason I keep thinking he's Australia is because I talked to quite a few people from all around the world. He's not. He's US. He is definitely US. Right, Karen. Right there. Karen, I don't caribou the colour. Okay. That's different. Not quite what I forgot to change my shield up. Change my shield up yet? Right. There we go. Good morning, Honourable Paladin. Hello, new Officer of the Watch. Torvald, Officer of the Guild, Officer of the Watch. The new boss. No, I was going to say King, but no, he's not actually the King. He's King's Advisor. We'll call him the King's Advisor. How's that? Right. Karen is down. We've taken care of Karen. Now, we've got another quest down here that we want to go and do, and that is that person there. So we're just going to slide off the side here. I love flying mounts and being able to do that. It's just awesome being able to do that. Senior sent you? Well, you're not a moment too soon. Strewn across his beach amidst the flotsam and jetsam are crates and sacks of animal parts. It would seem that Nesingwary is in cahoots with the North Sea freebooters. Those dirty pirates are transporting the goods that Nesingwary's murderous lackeys gather offshore. No doubt they will end up in the homes and on the backs of wealthy, unscrupulous individuals across Azeroth. This won't happen. Not on our watch. Bring me all the shipments that you find upon this beach. They'll never have them. Right. Just Just need shipments of animal parts. I don't actually need to kill them. I just need to get the shipments. So we can sort of land in places and retrieve them like this. And then fly again. The reason I'm just quickly landing and doing this a minute is because I want to check the beach. Alright, well, I'll grab these two, and then we've got several here. It's always good to check this beach, because this is quite a good place, a good little spot for getting a load of cloth. And there is a few bits that you can pick up here. Usually, anyway. Not cloth, sorry. Cobalt. Cobalt. It's quite a good place for picking up cobalt along this cliff line. To be honest, the Borean tundra is reasonably good for it. I'm sure there are better places to go hunting for cobalt. I think along the western coast of Howling Fjord is pretty good. And I know that the mountains up here, that's also quite good for cobalt. But it does very quickly at one point. Cobalt kind of dries up. If you go to one of the single best places for ores in general, Shalazar Basin, but you don't get any cobalt in Shalazar Basin. All around the edge, and then there's certain paths you take in the middle as well, you can get Saronite ore, which is kind of like the main one. Cobalt is the starter, then you got the Saronite ore, and then you also got titanium, which is like the special ore. And the whole of that zone is fantastic for all of the ores. For the Saronite and the titanium. It's absolutely fantastic for Saronite and titanium. And you just fly around in circles and you can go after it. Now, what Sen used to do, years ago, our youngest son, because of his particular brand of autism, he didn't sleep very much. What he would do is he would sleep for about 2 hours at night, and then he would wake up. He'd go to sleep about 10 o'clock, he'd wake up at midnight, and he'd be absolutely fine. And he would be bouncing off the walls until about 10 o'clock the following night. Then he would sleep all night. And then the following night, he would do the same again. And he did this from less than a year old until he was about 4. And so we literally just had to take it in turn staying up at night with him for 3 years. And you'd get people who would sagely tell you to, well, don't let him have a nap during that. Are you kidding me? He didn't have naps from about 6 months old onwards. No naps whatsoever from 6 months old onwards. That's a whole different story. But yeah, if somebody tells you that their kid doesn't sleep through the night, don't automatically assume that they're giving them naps in the day. Okay? Just I'm putting that out there. But anyway, so while I was up, I used to work nights at the time. Some weeks I worked nights and some weeks I didn't, but I did do a lot of nights at the time. And so I would very often be sort of on night shift time anyway, so I would just game all night while I was looking after him. And that kind of worked out really well. But on with the times I was working days and Sen had to do it, she struggled a lot more with nights, and so she kind of just zoned out and ended up doing quite a lot of some hunting for pets on Warcraft and some just kind of flying around in circles looking for these different things. You see these here? Steam clouds. That's what I've been picking up with my other engineer when I've come here and I've sort of farmed. You can see all the Saronite deposits around the edge, and I've only done this circuit like a couple of times, and this is all the ones that have marked up already. Maybe even only once, to be honest. No, I think it was twice. And you get the steam clouds turning up as well, where you can, and then you got cinder clouds where you can just get the fire, and you need that for a mount that you can make with Northrend Engineering. It's the motorbike one, not the blade one I've got, the Champion's Tread blade, the other motorbike. But yeah, Sen used to do a lot of that, and so on her map back at the time. It was just like a solid wall all the way around of Saronite marked deposits, because she had the same mod that I've got at the moment. And yeah, so she spent a lot of time doing that, just kind of half awake, half asleep, trying to stop our son. Just keep him reasonably entertained so everybody else could sleep. Right, we give those animals a proper burial. A job well done, Grundorn. Now we strike at the pirate leader. It's despicable, really, to anoint oneself as the clan master, as if they hold mastery over the creatures of the sea. None may make such claims. This clan master may be found and must be found and slain. He was last seen at the wreckage just off the coast of the abandoned reach. Find him and kill him. Once this is done, return to Hierophant Senius at Debtor Encampment, north of here, and let her know that the mission was a success. Right. That shield right there, that's the one that I was going to look at. So, we're going to be replacing the shield that Torvald gave us. Well, we might be. It's a little bit of an increase. It's not a massive increase. It does depend on style. It's all about style. And honestly, I like the appearance of this shield, so we will replace. Sorry, Torvald. Sorry, I'm rejecting your gift now. I'm taking an upgrade instead. I do apologize. Now then, I'm going to stroll on down this way. I've got mail over there from Torvald. I will read it, Torvald. Don't worry. I will read it. Not that my reply to you is going to do you much good right now, because you're probably not going to see that for several days. See, let me work it out. Sunday. You're not going to see it until Sunday, and we're currently on Wednesday. So, yeah. There's your reply. I've seen it and I've replied, but it may take a little while to actually make its way to you. I'll look at it in a minute. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten. Now, the clan master is around here somewhere. We've seen him before. When we were down here. You know, little pet, you're not actually doing as much good, are you? Oh, he's right there. Are you really doing it from back over there? You coward! Come here, Clan Master K. I'm not standing for this. I'm absolutely not standing for this. I'm gonna put that one down there like that, and I'm gonna have to go a little bit closer. He's. I don't like it when they do that. They hook things around you and then they swim away. Look at it. Slippery little customer, isn't he? Still, I have a long reach. A long and dangerous and deadly reach I have. See? Clan Master K has met his untimely demise at the hand of the noble Paladin Grundorn. Well, noble, he says. He may not be quite as noble as he makes himself out to be some days, because he does like bathe in the blood of innocence. Debtor themselves have said so. That they haven't been happy with his performance sometimes. And that they've made it clear that they're not happy with his performance. You know, as I'm right next to the mailbox over here, I'm going to go and have a look at it, because I am curious. Let's have a look. And right, we have dealt with that. We're now going to head back to the debtor encampment, and we're going to turn in. I need to do some fishing. That's what I need to do. I need to do some fishing, don't I? Wait a minute. Cooking. I had cooking here, so I've got more rhino dogs that I can make. Unlearned. We don't want Kultiran. We don't want food of the Broken Isles or food of Draenor, Pandaren, or Cataclysm. We want the recipes of the Cold North. And that black jelly right there. That is the Berean Man of Wars. That's just restoring health. So Berean Man of War doesn't actually give you that much. It's not great. In here, in this lake, you get the muscleback sculpins. That's one to go for. There is a fishing quest, I believe, that brings you over here. You've got to go and kill creatures, get the blood on you, then go and wash off in the lake, and it makes that pool of blood that's left in the lake. And then you've got to fish in that one, and that fishes up your ultimate prize. And it's
well met.
It's quite interesting doing it the first time or two, put it that way. Right, anyway, excellent work, Grundorn. We are closing in on Nezingwary.
Be careful.
I don't think you're going to catch him, though. I don't think you're actually going to catch him.
You.
What happened? The Thorian takes the halberd from you. Is this what I think it is? Thorius grins. Smashing! Outstanding! Another of Nezingwary's lackeys brought to justice. We now have the moral sabatons. No, we're going to keep our dodge.
Till next we meet.
We'll sell those. Over here. Perhaps her death will serve as an example to others that dare slay animals for sport and riches. to choose now. What do we take? Honestly, neither of them is a particularly good upgrade. So I'll take the expensive ones, and we will sell them as soon as we can. Right, we got one more quest there. Is there a... We got Cenarian Expedition. Is there a quartermaster here, or is the quartermaster somewhere else? I don't think there's a quartermaster over here. No. I don't remember where the quartermaster is then. The assassination of Harold Lane? Harold Lane is someone that we want to have a little chat with. He took us for fools, he did. You have done much for the animals of the Borean tundra, Grundorn. Nesingwary's lackeys have been beaten back and taught a lesson they'll not soon forget. Harold Lane, the primary agent responsible for the mass slaughters in the Grand, has been identified as the man in charge of Nesingwary operations in the tundra. He is stationed at Lake Kumia, west of here. Lothorius hands you an intricately carved oak horn. Find Lane and kill him. Use this horn should you require our aid.
Illuminate your path.
Right, anyway. Yeah, Harold Lane is identified as the leader in the Grand. We did most of the killing for him in the Grand, and old what's his name was there as well. It's Muscleback Sculpin's down there. Old Nesingwary was there as well. We were doing a little bit of killing on behalf of Nesingwary as well. So it was kind of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, really. I mean, technically, but Harold Lane, he did spend all his time lying on his back and not doing anything whatsoever, and got us to do all his dirty work for him. And that's the bit that I'm annoyed about. He took us for fools, he did. Completely and totally took us for fools. And I'm not entirely pleased about it. So, having to go up against young Harold, not necessarily a bad thing, I suppose. I wonder if he's going to remember us. I don't actually recall if he remembers us or not, if there's anything like that happens. It'd be interesting to find out. Right, we've done a little bit of fishing. We've got North Wren fishing all the way up to 10 now. We're going to mount up and we're going to go over here. Now, this quest actually used to be quite difficult. It was a tricky one to do because all the ads around here. However, he's no longer an elite, so it doesn't really matter. So let's bring it down here like this. Go in and have a little chat with him. Yo, Harold! Remember me? You remember me? What Nesingwary would give me for your hide? You ain't gonna give very much. Kill, kill, kill. Loot crazed hunter. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take out the ads first. I'm gonna bring these down like that. There we go, and bring you down. Put that down onto the ground like that. Yeah, it's slightly annoying the way he's... Where is he getting all these bear pelts from? I mean, seriously, he's got a lot of them that he's carrying around. He's got a lot of them that he's carrying around. Go and get that. Am I rooted
need to
still?
get closer.
I need to get closer. Take you. Just 50 more hooves and I'll have my new gun. Is that all? Is that all you need? Is 50 hooves? Right, we can summon some help if we want to. I'm not going to, though. I'm just going to do that. And blinding light. See what that does. Didn't do anything. Blinding enemies within 10 yards, causing them to wander disoriented for 6 seconds. Non-holy damage will break the disorient effect. That's holy damage there.
Too far away.
Oh, I must have... I don't know. They didn't seem to do anything. They didn't seem to become disorientated. They should have done. I thought they would have done, to be honest. Right, he stopped throwing things at me for a minute. I'm going to take that as a good sign. And we're getting a little bit more... Right, lay on hands. I can... Oh, yeah, that's the 10-minute one. Oops.
I need a target.
I didn't need to use that, and now I've used it up. That's all right. We're not doing a Grundorn Jenkins at the moment. We'll leave Grundorn Jenkins for a minute. Now, muscle back. There is very often kobolds under the water down here. We've got a rich cobalt there. And there's also very often cobalt around those. Right? There are a number of different cobalt deposits that you can frequently find under this lake. The only problem is these loot crates divers. You get a lot of them. We'll very quickly remove this one. So yeah, it's very, very common that you'll find cobalt here. And also in that quarry. You know where that other quest chain is? You frequently find cobalt there. Go away and leave me alone! What was that? Oh, that was the...
I don't have a target.
Right, what I'm going to do is take that guy out. Actually, I was wondering maybe I could stun him like that. Do some mining. There we go. 5 of them and a sky sapphire. Now, when the when Northrend was around, that was actually like a really good find. It doesn't really matter anymore. Those things are pretty much... Blue gems like that are pretty much worthless. They cost quite a bit to list on the auction house as well. It's that the actual listing price is quite high. Your best bet is, unless you're doing dual crafting yourself or you've got a dual crafting character, your best bet is just to get rid of it. Just sell it straight to the merchant. 3 gold straight to the merchant. So it's not a bad find, really, for merchant trash. And it is, you're better off, unless you're, like, specifically saving up for something in particular, merchant trash it. As that would be my advice for those gems. Alas, Nethingwary is gone. Perhaps he was never here to begin with. The demon is a slippery one. But his days are numbered. We will find him, and when we do... We have the Band of Wholesome Preservation, the Ring of Indignant Rage, the Activist Signet of Blasting. Well, those 2 are holy. They're no good to me. And that one right there is Critical Strike. Ooh. I think we'll take that one. Because that will... That's plus 10 haste, 2 stamina, 1 strength. The crit is the same. There's 14 crit altogether. Oh, I lose the enchantment, don't I? It doesn't count the enchantment when it's counting the upgrades.
Stars guide you.
There we go. Debtor's Little Pitter. Uphold Debtor's beliefs by completing all of the quests up to and including the assassination of Harold Lane. Very nice. So we take that one there. That's going to swap with the Ogre Band. Yeah, I think we'll take that one. And I did have an enchantment for a ring, which I don't have anymore. Put that up there. I already used an enchantment for a ring. Huh. Well, that's a bit of a shame. Right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll just come over to here, and I will use the... Where's my spells? There's my spells, and mobile banking. There, pop that one out. Kablamo. Somewhere in here, dark iron ore. Loads of it in there. I had... Oh, that's a scroll of stamina. I should use that one up. We've got fishy there. We've got a left shark. I got one of them. I collected 3 of them. And then you've got these various different items here. The Ultimate Gnomish Army Knife. Somebody was asking about this, I think, in chat. It gives you... It works as a mining pick, I think. Includes every profession tool. I think it does also include the blacksmithing hammer. I think it does. It's the Arclight Spanner, the mining pick, the blacksmith hammer. I think it does absolutely all of them all together, all at once. And they're really cool because everybody can use them. Engineers make them, but everybody else can use them. That's what makes them really awesome. Now, in here, enchant shields. Enchant shield, increase stamina by 1. I'll have one of them. I got a shield. And then enchant bracer strength. I got a set of bracers. I'll have one of them. Chest minor absorption. Chest armor, so it has 2% chance per hit of giving you 9 points of damage absorption. I'll have one of them. Two-handed weapon, no. Stamina, Beast Slayer, weapon minus striking, superior mastery on gloves, and haste on a ring. There's only haste rather than... Haste is still good, though. Haste is still good. It's not quite the one that we want, but haste is still good. So we've got a few enchantments here. I'll leave other potions for a minute. We'll leave them. Have I got anything that I want to deposit into the bank? For this matter. We've got our cobalt ore that we're using. And we will be using. So I don't actually think I've got anything I can leave behind. I suppose I could... While I'm here, I suppose I could just drop in the cloth, Torval. I'll drop that into there, because only he can get to it, because he's an officer. So I'll put that in there, just like that. And now we can do our enchantments. So we've got a ring, Word of Haste, which wants to go on that one there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I got another shield as well, didn't I? I got that one. What's this one give me? Minus 11 dodge, plus crit and versatility. No, we won't go with that. We'll go with the one that we got. So, chest, minor chest there. It's got dodge. We've now got minor absorption on it as well. That's quite cool. Bracers with strength. Put that on. That gives us a little bit of extra damage. And enchant shield minus stamina. Put that on. It's a very small stamina enchantment there, but it's every little helps. It's all good. Every little tiny bit of boost we can get is fantastic. Right. That's that bit done. That's all done and dusted there. Now, we've got the quests over here at the quarry. But I'm gonna, like I said, well, actually, I might pick one of them up. Just so as I know I've got it and I remember it. But I'm gonna go up there, and I'm gonna make that my new home for a minute, because it's actually more useful to be able to half up to this bit for a little while, rather than Valiant Keep. Let me go to that one. I will pick... A distant voice echoes in your head as you regard the stone statue. Do not be startled, stranger. I am Elder Atkanok, an ancient ancestor of the Tuskar people, a skilled craftsman in my own time, and the guardian of this quarry for centuries. The quarry has been overrun, leaving many statues unfinished while the ancestors' spirits wander the world. Will you aid me in righting this wrong? First, I must know the names of these wandering ancestors. Look for the markers near the statues. Right, so we've got that quest. We'll grab the other one later. We're going to fly over there to Gnomrigon Take 2. First up, we will grab that one right there. And then we will come over here. I'm just going to read my post. Post read. And now we go upstairs. I love this. I love this. Right? Most of the quests in here require you to go upstairs and you speak to Fizzcrank Full Throttle. I love this guy.
Salutations!
Salutations! I see that Skyhopper finally got around to sending help. And none too soon, I might add. Welcome, brother. We need your help badly.
You have a great day now.
You have a great day now. I love these guys. Now that you're here, it's time for me to tell you the full story of what's going on. After you've heard my tale, go outside and find my second-in-command, Jinky Wingnut. She'll handle everything from here on out.
Off and away. Hey.
I got my hands full here, at the moment, Paladin. What can I do for you? Tell me what's going on out here, Fizzcrank. Fine, then, have a seat. Well, I would, but I can't. These beds are so small. How am I supposed to stay at this inn with beds like this? It's ridiculous. I'll have to sleep on the floor. Fine then. This might take a while. When we first came to this frozen hell, General Arlos down in Valiant Keep gave my group of flying daredevils and me a special task to establish a forward air base for Alliance operations. This airstrip is the result. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy. What with all the nasty beasts and the ground rock hard and from being frozen, but we managed, and we did it quickly too. Go on. Anyway, we needed to pump up lots of sand and oil for the machinery. The nearby pools proved to be perfect for that. Some of the sand even proved to have magical properties. Can you say possibilities? But that's a different tale. So we drained most of the water out and built the pumping station smack dab in the middle. Everything was going swimmingly until one day the main suction pipe got clogged. Dark Moon Rabbit. Yeah, that's a difficult one to go after. Mind you, this part I learned later because I wasn't out there at the time. When they ratcheted up the suction on the pump, up came pieces of a robot that looked like a gnome. Of course, the fools worked night and day to put it back together without telling us. This is when we lost communication with the pumping station. Can you hear that music in the background? I love the music that they play for these guys. It's brilliant. It really is. After a couple of days of silence, I sent a scouting party out to the platform. They never returned. I sent another group the next day with the same results and lost a couple of flying machines out on aerial recon. At that point, I sent someone south to find help, and we hunkered down to prepare for the worst. We turned all our attention to making armor, weapons, and robots so that we could head out there in full force. When we did a few days ago, we couldn't believe our eyes. As I was saying, what we saw out there defied explanation. My people were nowhere to be found, but in their place was a veritable army of robots and androids going about their business. The droids all looked like gnomes, and they said that they'd been expecting us. In fact, in their own strange way, they acted like they knew us. We were surrounded and quickly taken to the top of the pumping station. That's where we saw their leader, and what he was doing to the surviving gnomes. He called himself Gear Master Mechazod. When we arrived and he was busy transforming the survivors into mechanical beings, he greeted us warmly and explained that he was one of the first gnomes ever created by something he called the Grand Architect, a Titan keeper from within the halls of fabled Ulduar. Apparently he was the blockage that my team had accidentally sucked up from where he'd malfunctioned thousands of years ago. It was just our luck that we'd built a pumping station right above him. Station's mechanics put him back together, bringing him back to life. Now, by the way of thanks, he was going to return the favor by curing of us what he called the Curse of Flesh. According to Mechazard, it's a condition that eventually befalls all creations of the Titans. In other words, we're all supposedly start out as robots of some kind, and over thousands of years slowly turned into fleshy beings. Preposterous, I know. He didn't look much like a cure to me, and I wasn't about to stand around listening to some crazy robot while he was butchering my people. We did what any sane gnome would do. We ran. Well, actually, most of us parachuted off the side of the platform, but you get the picture. Not many of us managed to make it back here, and we're still spread thin from having to deal with everything else too. Like the Magnetor to the north and the Scourge to the east, just to make things worse, the Horde just set up shop to the northwest. And that's where we find ourselves now, Grundorn. I can't possibly deal with all of this by ourselves. We can't possibly deal with all of this by ourselves. And quite frankly, I feel a little bit out of my depth. Jinky knows what needs to be done. You should go and see her now. I just hope you're able to get us out of this mess with our bodies intact.
Right.
Right. See you later. I tell you what, that is quite the tale. That is quite the tale. Quite cool as well. So,
Need assistance?
Charlie Northrop over here. I'm going to make this in my home. You have a great day now. There we go. So there's that one. And then we're going to wander on out here. And there is Jinky Wingnut over there, who we will be going to speak to, but not right now because we have run out of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to settle down in the inn here, which is not quite as grand as the digs that we've become accustomed to way over in Valiant's Keep. You can see it just over there. But it'll do for now, because we've got a little bit of work that we need to do. There's Scourge over there. There's all of the pools. Some of them have been drained dry by the gnomes and their industriousness over here. We've got Magnetor up that way. We've got Horde over there somewhere. And there's more things to deal with in the quarry over that way. So, yeah, we kind of need to be here. So if you enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frith Guardians. Goodbye, and see you later.